93 or go to buynutriblade.com.
Coming up on First at 4, the latest on a drug bust in one southern Kentucky county. And we'll have the latest on women's basketball star Brittany Griner.
Well, it's dry right now, but showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms in the forecast for the middle of the week. The latest breakdown coming up as First at 4 continues right now.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Police in southern Kentucky say they believe they have made a dent in the battle to get harmful drugs off the streets. Williamsburg police say a major dealer is in jail and lots of cash and guns have been confiscated. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the seizure.
Police tell me that it was a lengthy investigation that lasted several months that brought them to this part of Whitley County, very close to the Tennessee line, just outside Jellicoe, south of Williamsburg, where they say that they went to a residence, they served a search warrant, they confiscated thousands of dollars in cash, a number of weapons, and they made one arrest. That man is 39-year-old Randy J. Jones. He is accused of selling fentanyl and methamphetamine to a confidential informant, along with the $14,000 in cash. Police also say they seized weapons and drug paraphernalia. Jones is accused of selling a drug that officials say has resulted in numerous overdoses, some of them deadly. Jones is facing several counts of drug trafficking.
Yes, I would say this definitely puts a dent into the drug trafficking problem that we have. And it's an ongoing thing, but we're going to continue to put all of our efforts toward it.
Police say that all of that cash will be stored as evidence and it could be used to further the fight against illegal drug use. They say depending on how this case turns out, that money could be returned to them, but it must be used to buy police equipment. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
The Whitley County Sheriff's Office and State Police also assisted in that investigation. A Corbin Church staff is finding ways for the community to honor different parts of their lives this holiday season. Sacred Heart Catholic Church leaders set out 75 Christmas trees that have all been decorated by community members for different special reasons. Priest Damien Anumba says it's a way to bring everyone together in their faith.
The idea there is that the Christmas tree stands for different things for different people. People can put it on in memorial of their loved ones. They can put it on in honor of their loved ones. They can put it on in thanksgiving to God for what He's doing in their life.
This is the first year Sacred Heart has been able to set out the trees. We'll have more about this tonight at 6. When you go to buy gifts for your loved ones this Christmas, local business owners encourage you to shop small this holiday season, as we have less than 2 weeks to go now before Christmas. Well, not only can shopping small benefit the local economy, but business owners like Mandy Scheffel at the Red Spotted Newt says small businesses can offer a more personalized approach to shopping versus larger retailers.
I try to have a relationship with my customers where I kind of buy based on what they want. You know, I know who my regulars are, I know what they like to read, and so I'm always conscious of that as I'm ordering, to be like, you know, okay, this is what sells here. So really it's a bookstore that's curated to locals.
Scheffel adds that shopping small can be a baby step in the growth of small communities, which can eventually bring in outsiders who will also help benefit the local economy. The late July flooding covered the city of Neon in water, and since then churches and organizations have been working to cover it in love. Neon First Church of God quickly turned one of its rooms into a donation and supply center, which has been operating in one form or another for months. This week, its focus is providing free coats and winter accessories to keep the community warm this winter, thanks to donations from out-of-state entities who just wanted to lend a hand.
Especially this time of year, the outpouring of that love and that concern and kindness and generosity is pretty hard to describe.
The church is open from 5:30 to 7 this evening, then from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. tomorrow and Wednesday.
Well, for some of us, a return of sunshine throughout the region today. Got a little bit more time to enjoy it before the sun sets out there on this Monday afternoon. And a look outside right now from our front door here at WYMT on Black Gold Boulevard. Just a few high clouds outside right now. You can still see the sunshine bathing downtown in some gorgeous light there. Low to mid 40s currently throughout our region. The sun also out in Moorhead, 45, the current reading along Interstate 64. And you see areas further to the south and the west already seeing those temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50. How about mid 50s right now in Jacksboro? Most of us, though, in the Big Sandy, a little cooler, still hanging around 40 where they've had some clouds hang around today. You see that on satellite and radar, those clouds, just not wanting to say when just yet. A few more clouds may try to work into part of the region. You see that area of clouds working through the bluegrass, but widespread cloud cover still a little bit on the still a little bit of a ways away as we watch that next storm system work into the region. So for us tonight, mostly clear, at least early. That'll get us down into the 30s before things start to at least get a little milder as we head towards the morning hours. Details, though, on a return to some rainy weather. That's in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. WNBA star Brittney Griner remains at a military hospital in Texas for medical evaluation, but we are learning more about her flight back to the U.S. from Russia as U.S. officials meet to discuss the ongoing imprisonment of another American in Russian custody. CBS's Naomi Ruckham has the latest.
The lead U.S. official who helped secure WNBA star Brittney Griner's release from Russian prison recalled his first words to the newly liberated athlete.
I said, Brittney, my name is Ambassador Roger Carstens. I'm with the U.S. Department of State. I'm here to take you home.
Roger Carstens, special presidential envoy for hostage affairs, said on CNN's State of the Union that Griner spent most of the 18-hour flight home talking.
She said, oh no, I've been in prison for 10 months now listening to Russian. I want to talk. She spoke at length about what it was like to undergo that 10-month ordeal.
Griner was freed in a prisoner swap with a Russian arms dealer, the so-called Merchant of Death. There are concerns that Griner's release could jeopardize other Americans held abroad.
It's hard. Two other Americans, Paul Whelan and Mark Fogel, remain held in Russia. And whenever you trade an innocent American for a guilty Russian, it's an incentive to other despots to essentially grab an American and use them as a bargaining chip.
White House officials were scheduled to meet Monday to discuss next steps in securing Paul Whelan's freedom. The former Marine is accused of espionage, charges the U.S. says are false.
We are committed. We are going to be creative. We are going to be relentless in working with Paul Whelan's family, his loved ones, and in turn with the Russians to do everything we can.
The White House has said Russia was not willing to negotiate in good faith for Whelan's release. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Last July, the U.S. State Department added a D indicator to countries where Americans could be at a higher risk of wrongful detention, including China and Russia. The man that was swapped in the prison exchange for Brittney Griner is joining Russia's pro-Kremlin Nationalist Party. Victor Bout, nicknamed the Merchant of Death by his accusers, was released from U.S. detention while serving a 25-year prison sentence on charges of conspiring to kill Americans, acquire and export anti-aircraft missiles, and provide material support to a terrorist organization. A trial for Christopher Ray Grider is underway in Washington, D.C. The Central Texas man began the day facing 9 charges from his alleged actions on January 6, 2021. Grider owns Kissing Tree Vineyards and now faces potentially decades worth of prison time. WYMT Washington News Bureau's David Aid was inside the courtroom as Grider's trial began.
Christopher Grider says that he has accepted responsibility for 2 of the 9 charges against him, pleading guilty Monday morning to those 2 charges before his trial was set to begin. Grider's guilty plea is for entering and remaining in a restricted building and grounds and for parading, demonstrating, and picketing inside the U.S. Capitol building. Sentencing for those 2 charges could total up to 2 years, according to the federal judge overseeing this case. Now, Grider is taking the 7 more serious charges against him to trial and counting on the federal judge, not a jury, to come up with a verdict. This morning, prosecutors opened their case against Grider with videos showing him near the front lines of the effort to break down the doors heading to the U.S. House floor and handing a helmet to another rioter who used it to break through a window that Ashley Babbitt tried to climb through, leading to a Capitol police officer shooting and killing Babbitt. It's unknown how long Grider's trial is going to take. In Washington, I'm David Aid.
The Justice Department is getting complete access to tens of thousands of documents from former President Donald Trump. The special master review of evidence taken from Mar-a-Lago was formally dismissed by a federal judge on Monday. This dismissal gives the DOJ free rein with items taken from Trump's resort in Mar-a-Lago. The decision from Judge Eileen Cannon comes in the aftermath of a higher appeals court ruling. It determined Cannon did not have the authority to be part of the Justice Department's criminal investigation prior to the release of any possible charges. Coming up as First at 4 continues, Twitter is relaunching its Twitter Blue service for the coveted blue checkmark verification symbol.
And after an average day today, some showers and thunderstorms on the way for the midweek. The details coming up.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they